I'm on scope. What it is, you hot people. Put this on the Twitter, tweet it. Put this on the Facebookness. Oh my God, y'all, this humidity. It's not good. It's not good at all. Got my titties sweating. I know y'all want to know about that, but it is what it is. Hey, Jesse, how you doing? Hey, Undertaker. Hey, Army Vet. This heat is wicked, y'all. It's just sweaty. Hey, $5. I'm glad you hanging in there. You got it. You got this. You know what? Every obstacle you face so far in life, you overcome. So, you got a pretty dang good survival rating. You got a pretty dang good rate of making it and managing because you got to this point, didn't you? Everything will happen like it's supposed to. So, just hang in there. And I'm sorry I didn't invite you into the video, but I don't know you. If it's people I know, I don't have a problem inviting them in. But I just don't know you. Are you pro or anti-equality? What you mean? You mean do I think that gays and straights should have the same rights? Yeah.
I don't think all ice cream flavors are equal. I really don't.
Yeah, some ice cream sucks. Yeah. Fucking Mary and Berry mint shit. um, if you're talking about gay, lesbian, bisexual, straight, transgender people, I'm a lesbian. So I'm not exactly anti for it. I love everybody. I love every individual on the planet till they give me a reason not to. And then it ain't about a label. It's not because of their race or their gender or nothing. It's because they're assholes. I don't like assholes. I'm anti-asshole.
I'm anti. So I'm done.
Yes, moderators can mute in here. I don't have to listen to their foolishness. Yes. Undertaker, she's got that mute thumb ready. Boom.
I'll give him a chance, but only for so long.
Yeah, once you see this stupid, you just can't keep going with it.
That's all, folks.
Feel free to share, invite folks. I'm going to do some readings tonight. Because I haven't, well, the last couple times I've got on, I've done reads here and there. But I've mostly been just educating people, talking to people about spirituality and, matters pertaining to it. And, I got to work some too. That don't pay the bills. While I enjoy it greatly and I love feeding people's minds and educating them, I don't pay my bills. So I got to do what does and take care of me and my house. So apparently we have an awesome full moon tonight. We do. This moon tonight is amazing. And it's kind of like the final piece to the puzzle because we had all the retrogrades, we had all the eclipses, we had, the black moon because we had 2 full moons last month, which we're not going to do it this month because of timing. But this is supposed to be the moon that seals it all. This is supposed to be the one where all the changes, everything that we've overcome, because a lot of people really have been conscious of the shift for the last week and a half, 2 weeks. And when that retrograde ended, so many people could feel it. And it's because so much positivity came into their life. And even if they didn't have the answers to the problems, they could feel a sense of hope with it. Um, so this full moon is all about cleaning out the rest of that emotional baggage and garbage. It's about us creating an opportunity to bring in really wonderful, abundant things, joyful things to fill that space. As a vessel, we have to stay whole and complete. And a lot of times people don't realize full moons, new moons, everything energetically is synced up to the moon. That's the reason tides move with it, women's cycles move with it. It's powerful. And if it's like I always tell people, new moons is about bringing things in. Right now, this full moon, you want to write a list, two of them actually. The first one be everything you want it to take away. Because right now, the moon's full. It's going to start shrinking, it's going to start getting smaller and smaller, going away. So you want to associate that symbolically to any issues you have, problems in life, shrinking and going away. So on the full moon, you can write out lists of things in your life that just don't serve you anymore. Mentally, emotionally, physically, relationships that are toxic. You write it all down and you say, okay, this moon, I'm giving it to this. And you go out, you burn that list. Well, the intention has been set for you to remove all that negative. So what you do is you follow it up with a second one. And you say, okay, if I'm removing this individual from my life, I'm opening myself up for somebody who is mentally, emotionally, spiritually, supportive of me. And you basically write a list of what you want to replace all the negative with, and you burn it too. So, I mean, you don't have to have some magnificent ritual or some kind of enacting, but it allows you to be able to connect the left and the right side of the brain. One, because it's all logical, which is the writing down, and the other ritual connects with the other side. So, it makes it easier for you to start processing and eliminating things. That's why ritual is important, because it is crucial for manifestation, because you're using both sides of that brain. Got it? So write you a list, things you want to get rid of that do not serve you, and write you a list of what you want to replace it with. And set it up, set it on fire. As it goes away, see that smoke take away all them issues. And your little prayers of what you want to come in, replace it. See it go on up to the heavens or whatever. It's a full moon. Right now is the time to charge all your stones. You know, a lot of stones you cannot put in salt water. A lot of stones you can't freeze because, like selenite, hematite, any kind of fluorite, really, tourmaline, you're not supposed to use in salt water. So you definitely want to stick them outside into the full moon, and that'll instantly kind of charge them. And if you're not in a position where you can set everything out like me, because God help if I took my whole entire altar outside, that would take 6 months just to move it out, put it out, spread it out. You can just smudge it. When I smudge my house, I will go crazy over my entire altar. And just, I do it to my cards a lot too, because I do work with so many people's and so many energies. So my cards pick up those other people's energies. So when I store my cards, I put a crystal in the bag because quartz helps it, remove the toxicity and the negativity. And I also keep salt in there with them. That way the salt absorbs the negative. And it's almost like every time I put my cards up, they get cleaned and they start fresh and new. So fresh and so clean, clean. So you definitely want to do that. But yeah, if you can't set everything outside, because that'd be a joke, you can smudge. Sometimes I will go through, and it was a lot easier when I had a table in here. How did you learn divination? Self taught or a teacher? That's a bit of a. I grew up in a family where this was normal. We documented to 1627. And honestly, anything can be a form of divination. It's more a mindset and getting into a place energetically when you're open to message. Um, I know people that read coffee grounds, they read tea grounds, tea leaves, which is called Tesliomancy, palmistry, divine rods, runes, cards, pendulum. It's all forms of divination. So it's just opening yourself up to receive the messages that's crucial. It's like one of my friends made a comment one time about how I could get messages from anything. And they made a joke about how I could go into a convenience store, grab a can of SpaghettiOs, throw it on the ground, it explode, and I would read the SpaghettiOs and say what was coming. Just, it's just being open to the message. You can read anything.
In that circumstance, I would say a mop, but
I've never read SpaghettiOs. That was just them being a smartass. But I mean, you get the point. Anything. Um, Growing up, I was 3 the first time I consciously remember seeing deceased people. Um, my grandma, she read tea leaves, she read palms, she would burn toast in the mornings and scrape it, to get the black off. And she would look and say, okay, this is how so and so's day is going to go because that was their toast. So, I mean, you can read anything. I think I grew up learning to see signs and symbols that I guess a lot of people just didn't pay attention to. So, yeah, it's not like I had a set teacher. I mean, with my cards, I was like somewhere between 7 and 9. My great grandma gave me a deck of cards and said, go learn what they mean to you. No one taught me. I had to, I'm sure I had questions and I would come in and say, well, what does this mean? Or, what is hair font? It's not a common word you hear very often. But yeah, I did also. I've read so many books. Oh my God. When I moved from South Carolina to Oregon, I donated so many books to the library. They could not legally take any more books from me because I had 2 massive houses at one point, and even the halls were lined floor to ceiling with books. And it was just, they were my babies. I used to read 3 or 4 books a week and just absorb it. And so, I mean, self taught, I think all people are to a degree self taught. It's life experience. It's like certain colors and symbols mean things to you they may not necessarily mean to somebody else. And it's because of experiences you've had, it's encounters you've had, people you've interacted with. That's you being self taught. Um, we all have teachers, and not necessarily in the sense of them sitting down and teaching us, but we learn from everyone. I mean, I've been reading for 29 years, taking clients, been teaching for about 25. But there's still things I learn every day just from, watching shows or reading books. It's a shift of perspective. So it's not, I think everyone is a bit of both. So I hope that answered your question. Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate it. But yeah, um, it's like with the cards. In all honesty, I don't even really need the cards. I don't read them at all in the typical sense. So people that come in here, if they've studied and read books on tarot, they're gonna be like, her meanings just don't make sense. Well, it doesn't matter as long as the end result is relevant. As long as the people understand the information that I'm giving and the outcome is what I see and say. So, I mean, divination is not a set thing. For example, tasleomancy, which is reading tea leaves. I was taught how to do it. I know the proper way to do it, but I've yet to see that maybe 3 people in my entire life do it properly. So you kind of got to be like, it's just because, typically, I'll give you a lesson on Tesleomancy. You would have the individual that you're going to read hold the cup. You would have them put the tea leaves in. You don't use a bag. Use loose leaf tea. And you want something that's medium ground, so it's not super, super powdery, but it's not big chunky leaves either. Um, you would get them to actually hold the cup in their dominant hand with the tea leaves in it, and you would actually pour the water in. And they would have to stir it 3 times past current, future, and then let it settle. When they drink it all, except for like maybe one little swig, and then, what would be like a swig in your mouth, you actually take the saucer, put it on top of the cup, swirl it around, and flip it. Then you look at the cup and the saucer. The cup is the internal, the saucer is the outternal effects, the things that you have no sway over, the things that, you can say, okay, well, this is my end goal, but there's always going to be outside forces that can affect it. You can't control or dedicate yourself to or figure out. That's what's in that saucer. The cup, to actually read it once that's done, you want the handle to be facing your heart and you be holding it between both hands. You look down. Where that handle is 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. It's basically around that. The very bottom of the cup is what's going to affect you the absolute most. Meaning, whatever is closer to the bottom of that cup, the symbols, the things you see, and whatever time frame it's in, is going to be what is affecting you the most at that point. So if it's toward the rim and it's in 3 months, you say, okay, in 3 months, this is happening, but it's nothing significant. If it's at 2 months, you see, like, for me, lightning bolts are death. So if I see a lightning bolt in 6 months and it's close to the bottom of the cup, I know that somebody really close to you is going to die. It's just there's so many things associated and involved with it. People they don't read it right. I don't want to share my politics on here, but I will say I am a lesbian. I am a minority. I may look white, but most of my DNA is either Native American, Black, you know, Asian that shows on my DNA.
All you need to say.
It is very diverse. So I am mostly minority. I am someone who has, you know, directly affected by homosexuality. Um, there's a lot of things. I'm just not going to say, put it that way. Okay.
So what? I bounced out. I'm back in now.
So Alex podcast asked me what my views were on Trump.
Oh, a lot of them are going to do that. Just don't even acknowledge.
Let's just say I'm one of those individuals he wouldn't approve of. Okay? Which that's okay. Because I live my life in a way that
does not hurt anybody else, and that's all that matters.
You got it. He left already. Oh, by the way. Hey, Ray. Your sex a boost.
I was getting trigger happy, damn it.
You were getting trigger happy. Oh. Hello, Tootie's the man. Welcome to the broadcast. Feel free to pull up a chair. Chitty chat. If you want to read at any point, anybody can chime in. Make a donation. He was one of my people. Ah. Gotcha. You better keep them damn bitches in control. Keep them in check. Right? You better keep your bitches in control. So what I was saying is, I will be doing readings. I have not even begun a list because I've been chit-chatting. So, if you want a reading, I don't know how to act rasmus. Don't they? You better get your pimp hand going. I'm just never heard of the tea leaf method like that. Thanks for sharing. Well, that's actually how you read tea leaves. If you have Instagram, you can follow me at spiritual.awakenings, and I will make myself a note to kind of go in because I do have. Let me do it right now. Tea leaves, Instagram. Make a note so that I can go in, and when I get through broadcasting, I will post a couple things on images so that you can kind of get the idea of how to read tea leaves and do it properly, because there's a lot more to it than just simply gazing in a cup. Trust me, I'm a gypsy. We know how to do that shit. Um, so yeah, take Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, minimum $5. Is that she in here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I just heard something over there. I didn't see her walk by, so I was kind of curious.
It's been a weird day. I'm pretty sure that was yeah.
Yeah. If I can get enough people interested in it, and another thing, you have to have a certain type of teacup. You can't just use any kind of cup. It has to be the ones. PayPal sign, Cash App, Moon, Venmo, Rising. That's right. You remember.
Now we're getting fancy. See how it is.
But you have to have a certain kind of cup, because Terror for divination comes with money in as well. People think Roma or gypsies come from Romania. They do not. If you look at their DNA, they're from Asia. They're in and around the area of Rajasthan in India. Um, so you can be Romanian and be Roma, but just because you're Romanian, don't make you Roma. I have teacups, not my mugs. It has to be the rounded ones. It can't have.
Fine china.
Yeah, it has to be like a fine china or a bone china one. Um, I've got my pot right there with the little rose on the top. That's my personal one. Yeah.
But that's not fine china.
No, it's not fine china, but it works.
It is made in China.
So, if I'm reading myself, this is what I actually use. This is a personal teapot, and this is the cup, but the bottom is rounded. It's not just. It can't be up and down.
When you wash that thing, you're dirty. What's in there?
It's a screw. Screw you.
You got screw loose?
I've got screw loose. But
screws on the loose.
Screws on the loose. Let's see what I missed. Comments. I have teacups for my mugs. Are the skin products still available for sale? I don't know what you're speaking of. I'm sorry, love. I have a ton of teapots. I actually collect teapots.
Dina, because I got a lot of tea. I got some excellent Earl Grey.
We got tea. We got a whole cabinet that is just coffees and teas. And I have so many teapots. Teapots are my thing. So we will make you some tea.
And I got some fine chamomile.
And if you come, we can play with stones. Y'all guys want to see some of my goodies? I haven't done this in a really long time, so I can't keep it. I'll let people see my goodies. Earl Grey. There's one. That one's actually stoneware. It's from the 1860s. That's a little cabbage, but it's a teapot. That one was my great-grandmother's. And sometimes, well, it still has tea grounds in the bottom. Never took them out just simply because I loved them. That's a coffee mug my daughter made me. That's me. When I did a show, they went in and did the aura photography. And that's what I got. You got baby teapots. Smudge. Oh, I do have another smudge stick. I didn't think I had any more, but that's the one I made. My bad. Hagstones. Protection. Mortal and Pester. See, that's a crown chakra activator. It's a pyramid, but it has all the stones for the crown chakras. So it has ruby, citrine, yellow citrine, peridot, moonstone, amethyst, and I think iolite. And that's my bell. They actually use those instead of singing bowls in Kathmandu Valley in Tibet. I'll see if I can play it for you. Oops. You guys are kind of Well, I can't hold it and play it at the same time. Let's flip the camera. So we'll put you right here.
You need help? Give me here. I'll help you.
Here. See, people do this shit wrong. It's flipped. See, in Kamindu Valley, they actually hold the bell to meditate. This symbolizes the female, and this symbolizes the male. And this is a dosri. It's a wand.
Turn a little bit.
A little bit? I don't know.
No, turn so I can get the light. This way.
I don't know what you're trying to do. She's not going to sing today. Probably too damn humid. Oh, there we go. She's coming up.
Ah.
Yeah, you never whack a bell or a bowl.
The camera keeps turning on me.
Because you're doing it. Okay. Come on, Mama. Anytime you use a bowl or a bell, you want to build the energy, so you're not supposed to hit it. You want it to come up higher and higher. Do you hear her sing? Okay. Yeah. The bowls and the bells are symbols of self. Just like you want to raise your vibration and raise your energy, you want to never hit it, never tap it. You want to actually spin it so that it slowly vibrates and comes up to where it needs to be.
You're kind of dark.
Well, I can't help it. It's dark 30 in this corner. See, crystal balls. She is a witch. See, that one's selenite, that one's opalite, that one's crystal. Those are both cat's eye. That one's rose quartz. This one is actually, I forget what it is, but it's a type of jasper. Have I ever done scrying? Absolutely. This one, a lot of people have never seen them this big. Typically, you don't see them this big. This is a Shiva stone. It comes from India, and it balances the masculine and the feminine energy. Yes, it's very, you hold that one, and it's amazing. These are called magician balls, or Maori. You can use them. There's actually a male and a female, and they're magnetic. They will attract to each other. But these things will blast your crown chakra right the frick open. Lepidolite, which is kind of like labradorite, but even better. That's just a one for directing intentions. That's on my fluoride points and citrine, selenite, rose, little jade Buddha, amber, turtle, and snail are my two creatures. That one is labradorite, the heart. Up. Got your crystal point, which is there. Citrine. Little brooms to sweep negativity out. And there's my little dreidel, because I'm a Jew. Right there, this is amazing. This is mahogany obsidian. So it's actually lava. It's obsidian. Terrific for grounding. Kyanite. That's kyanite. That's kyanite. Amethyst. Tiger iron. This is actually quartz, but it's tourmalined. So if you look, it looks like it has gold threads all the way through it. Kind of like hairs on the inside. Um, that's my peace pipe. Not really. That's a weed pipe.
It's actually Michael's old pipe.
Well, yeah, my best friend, my ex, actually made that for me. She passed away, so it goes on my altar. Um, what is this one? Oh, that's obsidian. That's a wish stone. Those are wands, swords, another knife. More tourmaline. And this one is blessed. It also has a sacred metal in it. Um, this is a scallop. Um, that's definitely a wand guy. Yeah, I got a few of them. But this scallop is fossilized. I got it because of the Camino de Santiago. It's a pilgrimage where you walk from Spain, which is really important to my people. Well, you actually walk from the south of France all the way to the tip of Spain. That one's 30 million years old. It's fossilized. I found that. And there you go. There's you some 30 million-year-old dinosaur fossils. Um, all my feathers, because they're prayers. All my little stones, altar money. Some of my cards, dowsing rods, smudge sticks. I'm a Cancer. Little black tourmaline I keep on my altar in case I need to give to people. Incense and herbs, because I make my own teas. I make my own incense. I make my own oils. Basic book reading. Do 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 do. That's just the ones that stay on the altars. The big notebooks is that one, the tradition that I follow, which is just shamanic and old school craft. So it's considered the Red Witch tradition. So some of my babies, you've seen them. So here you go. Now I couldn't even really even see the comments. I have beautiful things. Picture Jasper is a picture Jasper. I do. Yeah, I had a friend that actually made me those wands. And I made one, well, Chris did, because I found this amazing little piece of birch, which is actually a stone. Well, excuse me. It's a tree that's associated with grounding, specifically for my zodiac sign, which is Cancer. And I have what's called a scepter stone in the end of it. Scepter stones are really rare to find, um, because they're actually pointed like normal on top, but on bottom as well. And it, I don't know how to explain it. Anyway, it's over there. It's citrine. I love citrine. So, oh. but pretty. that that's just the north wall. That's just the altar. I have stuff everywhere though. It just never ends. I know people are like, you have cards everywhere. And pretty much I have a set of cards in every room. That way if I ever have a question or something, just reach out and there they are. So hello, Mama Bear. You're very welcome. Um, I'll have to do a class on stones also, because that was just like really quick. I'm gonna probably be putting it on my YouTube channel. Hey, because my YouTube channel, I really want to start teaching people things, and that's what I'm going to be using it mainly for. It's just tips and tricks, little odd things they can do to stay sane, because there's too many of us that are out there that have no training, and I ain't about that. So, Mama Bear, you missed my altar. So, anybody need a reading, want a reading, feel free to follow me if you have not. Feel free to share out the broadcast because sharing is caring. And that allows other people to see me on Periscope. Um, Give hearts also. You don't have to give super hearts, just regular hearts, because that helps your rank. And that allows people to say, oh, wow, I like this video. You know, hearts are basically like saying, I like this. And the more I like this each video gets, the more people can see it. So thank you. That's an easy way you can help people get seen. It helps me out greatly because then I get to help people and teach them. And I'm not just in here talking to myself all the time because that sucks. Thank you, Island Girl. But yeah, just sitting here sucks sometimes. But we'll be reading. It's a minimum $5 donation. Take Venmo, PayPal, Cash App. How do I do hearts? You gotta elaborate a little bit better. Hearts and what? You mean like reading them, which would be cups? I mean, you gotta like, oh, hearts. Oh, you just tap the screen. If you want to give hearts, you just tap the screen. See the little hearts going up the side there? That is just people tapping the screen. That's like saying, "Oh wow, this video is informative. There's information in it you might want to watch." It just kind of like you're new here. But yeah, it just kind of lets people know, "Hey, you might want to check this video out." It's kind of a recommendation in the periscope world. And that feels good too because when if you're doing a reading or you're like teaching people things and you see those hearts, it makes you feel like, oh wow, okay, they're appreciating it, they're getting it, they're relating to it. Kind of encourages the person doing the video to continue to do more. So not just in my video, in anybody's video you go into, if you're really digging what they're saying, tap a little bit, give them some love, let them know. There's so many things that go on behind the scenes that help these people get seen, and that's the easiest way. So, anybody have a question? I'm gonna drink some water because I've been talking y'all's ears off and my mouth off. I do need to clean my teapot. Okay. There you go. See, now you know. You're welcome. I don't think I can give myself hearts. Nope. I just accidentally mute people. No, but it gave me the option and I caught it. Okay, so I'm going to be creating a new video for YouTube. And what would you guys be most interested in learning? Because, like I said, I want to keep it short. I don't want it to be something that's going to realistically, I can't make hour-long videos on YouTube. They have to be little short 5 minutes or so, and I have to be able to wrap it up in that time. So, would you want information on grounding, centering, clearing, maybe on the proper way to smudge? Um, kind of like what would be the basic toolkit for an empath or clairaudient, clairvoyant, a person? Where should you start? What books should I recommend? Whatever. You guys give me ideas because it's about you also. It's the whole reason I'm making the channel so people can learn. And so when you chime in, toolkit for sure. So you want a toolkit for empaths. That will work. Basic tool for empath would be great. See, that's 2 votes for that. Pendulums. Okay. Pendulums are very simple. I guess I could discuss pendulums. I'm going for a lung function test tomorrow. I gotta put these on. I can't see shit. I have days when I can go, other days. What? I'm going for a lung test tomorrow. I have days when I can go, and other days stairs kill you. I feel ya. I'm gonna just kind of take a peek at you if you don't mind, because I don't think lungs are an issue. Don't get me wrong, because when you have COPD or you have asthma or you have like bronchial defects or bronchitis or any of that. There's different kinds of bronchitis. But I don't think your lungs are your issue. I think you have sleep apnea too. Have they tested you for that? I think the days you can't breathe is when you've slept like shit.
It's usually how apnea works. It's my experience.
So if you don't sleep, you feel you can't breathe with the crap. I think that's sleep apnea. Have they tested you for that? I've had pulmonary test done already. No sleep apnea. No sleep app has been tested. I've had pulmonary test already. No sleep app. So you don't have sleep apnea, is what you're saying? Thank you, because I was like, what the hey? What the hell? Come in. Invite guests. Where's she at? Ah, okay, there. All right.
Okay.
What did he?
So I had a pulmonary function test done,
Uh-huh.
and the guy who was doing it, of course, didn't give me a diagnosis, but he said he didn't think it was asthma per se. Then they're sending me for a lung function test tomorrow, but I don't have sleep apnea because a couple of years ago, about 3 years ago, they tested me for sleep apnea, and I didn't have that. I brought the whole sleep thing home. But some days I can just go, and other days it's like breathing is just such an issue.
See, it doesn't feel like your lungs, though.
Is it my
It,
heart?
no, I think it's your brain. That's why I think I was
So I
thinking of
need a, what do you call that,
apnea.
a lobotomy?
No, you do not.
No.
We're not down for lobotomies.
Oh, come on. What do I have?
I
God
really
says
do
I.
think it's a mental thing. And I think because the reason I thought it was sleep apnea is because I completely got the whole when she doesn't sleep, the breathing's worse. And I kept getting the back of the head.
Okay.
And so I'm like, it's got to be sleep apnea. But your lungs themselves do not come up red for me.
Well, they're not tight. They're not tight. Like, it's not like the breathing is like, oh, I can't breathe. It's just, I feel like, that exhausted, like when you go up a flight of stairs and you're out of breath, but in a different way, like in a, like, kind of like, oh, God. Took everything out of me just to climb this flight of stairs.
Is it your empathy? Is it your gifts manifesting funking with you?
I have no idea.
Okay. When you deal with people, does the breathing get worse?
No, hadn't noticed.
Okay.
Like, I was on the go all last week, going, as in going to festivals, going to. You saw some of my broadcasts where I did the um, sandcastles and stuff. So I was go out to parks where they have music, and I was dancing and music, more music. Everything
So
was
you were
fine.
fun.
And then as soon as Um, and then I went out Monday night to visit a girlfriend, and we went for a nice long walk. And then the next day, I was just like, can't get out of bed hardly.
When you dealt with this friend and you went and had a long, nice walk, did she emotionally dump a bunch of shit on
No,
you?
not at all. Absolutely no.
So it's
No.
probably not empathy. It probably all I keep getting is the back of the head. Like that's why I kept in it. I don't see it as the lungs because even if you're not like congested, if an area is broken, so to speak,
I cough all the time though, like all the time.
well, that probably is the empathy. Um, It floorboards me that they say you don't have sleep apnea. That's the only other. I mean, that imprint. Usually, when I know something energetically, it's easy just to say that's what it is.
Huh.
And I mean, I know plenty of people that have sleep apnea, and the days they don't sleep well, the next day they have like shit breathing.
No, I feel like I just burnt out my energy stores last week, and now all of a sudden this week I'm just like zero for energy. It's like I get up, come downstairs, and then it's like, oh, I need to go back to bed. I just don't have it in me. And right now, talking is taking a bit out of me, winding me a bit. Like, it's weird.
You want me to try to balance you really quick?
Sure.
Yeah, there's something neurological. There's something back there. I mean, I even see it like a
No,
black mist.
it's not my heart.
No,
Yep.
your heart and your lungs look fine.
Dawn thinks I have a clogged artery. No, no.
Mm. Your heart actually looks pretty dang good.
She thinks it's neurological. Maybe I got a brain tumor.
No, I don't see a tumor. It looks like a really thick black fog.
Well, that's my brain. Yeah, I'm always in a thick fog.
Mm-mm. It's not solid. It's just like it's like at the stem part where it hooks in. It's there.
Wow. So what would that mean?
We're gonna see if we can move it. Yeah, you've got some funkiness going on. Message me because I want you to do that class. Even we'll figure something out. You know what I'm saying? You need to do the class
Okay. When?
because you do have energy blocks.
Okay.
It's like that can be manipulated though. That can be, so that's a good thing. I don't think it's like a terminal illness or anything. So that's a good thing. It can be fixed. It can be eliminated. And I think a lot of it is because of the other blocks because it's weird. It's almost like both knees and both elbows, boom, the energy stops.
Oh yeah.
And so those need to be cleared.
Oh, I feel like an old lady in a young person's body.
Okay. Okay. You might feel this. We're going to do it real quick like.
I appreciate this.
See if we can keep pushing that out. All right. You may have some tingling or some heat or coolness, something coming into the hands and the feet again
Yep, I can feel the
because
tingling.
The energy's moving now. It's kind of expanding.
Okay.
So those are they're done. I'm gonna see if after a couple days that goes away, because I really do think that was because of the blocks within that. Yeah, I think that's gonna clear. Okay, there you go. Good girl. That made me head rush. Made my head rush. Excuse me. Fuck my English up. That one hit me hard. Now let's ground you. There we go. Take your dominant hand. Which one is your dominant?
Right.
Place it over your solar plexus and just apply a little bit of pressure. All right. You should be okay. Um, the blocks are gone now, so I kind of curious to see if that'll clear up.
Thank you.
Because the heart, the lungs, I didn't see anything funky on. I did see the blocks though, so didn't know I was gonna do that. People are
Wow.
watching.
Thank
What
you.
the fuck?
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, you should start feeling better. Naturally, it's going to take you a minute to balance out because they've not been open for a while, the way it feels.
Yeah.
So it'll take a little bit to kind of balance it out and get that energy flowing fully again and everything
Wow.
get up for the
Yeah.
open. But you should feel better.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yay.
Yay. Thank you so much. I do feel better already.
It is only going to build for the next probably 2, 3, 4 hours. Then you'll start plateauing off because you'll get used to having those energy centers open again. So, hold on a second. I have a question. What is your question? I need water. Yeah, I hit you hard right there. I didn't even realize that would be kind of boom because I usually do that over much more time. It was like a ripple. I was like,
Mm.
wow, okay. Ah,
Yeah, that was pretty amazing.
I don't know where she went. Mama Bear. Mama Bear. Let's see if we can fix it. Oh, the girl hung up. Maybe that'll help. At least it'll make you feel better, be more in your energy, and you won't be having little tendrils everywhere. That's always a nice. You said something about people dumping stuff on you, then you getting sick afterwards. Absolutely. You can energetically pick up things. That's what empaths do. And it can create physical manifestations within your body of sicknesses, things like that. So it is possible. There's a lot of crap that can happen by picking up everybody else's shit and carrying it within you. It's a poison, basically. You're basically taking poison when you take on other people's energies. And it has, it's just like if you take poison in a physical body, it's going to eventually either result in death or some kind of really serious sickness. Mm-hmm. See, that's why it's important. You learn to block people's energies. You learn to call back your own, all of that. That way you don't have to suffer those sicknesses. There's not an empath that I've spoken to that has not had some kind of sickness or manifestation in their body as a direct result of their gifts. I wasn't sick till 2 days ago, and the past 2 days I've gotten call after call are just bullshit. You want to talk, Mama Bear? I'll hit you up with some good juju too. Hey, join the conversation. We'll get you hooked up too. I'm not gonna do like a whole big old thing, but I will definitely. um, Click down on the bottom where the little heads are. I guess yours looks the same as mine, and try to join in. Just a quick question. I'm on Ozempic tomorrow. Is my second shot. Will I lose a lot of weight? I don't know what your word for a lot is. I don't know how much it is a lot. A lot for you. I mean, do I think you'll lose something? Yeah, maybe. I don't know what your goal is, but it seems like I keep getting 11 to 13, 11 to 13. So, hey, Mama Bear.
Hey, love.
So, do you give consent for me to look at you energetically?
Yes, ma'am.
Because I don't tap onto people without it. All right. If you feel anything odd in your body, that's just me bopping around. It's nothing to be scared of. You are a mess.
Yes, ma'am. I am.
You are legitimately sick, but there is other things going on too here. Goodness. You have sinus allergies. I can just smell infection in my head. So that's not, you need antibiotics. You're on medicines. You got to be on medicines. Are you going, did you go to the doctor?
Not yet.
Take your ass to the doctor because I think you've got sinus infection. I think you've got bronchitis. Um, it doesn't really look like pneumonia to me because when you look at pneumonia, the whole lung starts getting cloudy. I see the infection. I feel the infection, but it's not like I don't see it as pneumonia. If you don't get to the doctor, it could change into pneumonia. But you definitely need antibiotics for the sinus and for the bronchitis. Um, are you supposed to use an inhaler and you don't?
Yes.
Yeah, because you've got somebody. This is probably your dad because you're supposed to be using an inhaler and you won't and you don't. That's probably your dad. Kind of feels like your dad. Kind of looks like your dad. Okay, this is going to turn into a reading. Boom, boom, because daddy's here. You have a little girl.
I do.
Was she like either 2 or 3 when he passed? Because this is the way I see it. It's
Yes.
almost you wish that he could see her. And in my mind's eye, I'm seeing her as he saw her last physically, which is like 2 or 3. So he passed when she was like 2 or 3.
Yes.
Okay. This is daddy. Um,
He never met her.
he's seen her.
He saw pictures of her, but he never met her.
Well, that makes sense too, because when I'm looking, it's like screenshots. So makes
We
complete.
I sent him a bunch of pictures over the computer, but he never actually met her. And she was 3 when he died.
Well, he's still around her. He still sees her. Now, I'm getting things I don't understand, so you gotta make it sense in my head. I keep being shown the state of Tennessee. I don't know what the hell that's a reference to.
We're always there. It's my favorite state. It's where I want to move.
Did you go with him though?
No, we were supposed to, but we never made it.
So, okay, this is what that is. You were supposed to go to Tennessee. Was this about the time he passed, got sick, passed, whatever?
Yeah, because he passed really suddenly.
So that you didn't get to go to Tennessee. I get it now. He's basically, it's just reconfirmation for me that I'm in the right spot. I'm dealing with the right thing. Um, come on. He's hard to get. It's really weird because I can like feel him hug you right now. So he's like trying to go to you and be to me at the same time. It's
It was
like
really weird because when you said that, I got really warm.
that's him because he's like bouncing. It's like, gotta talk to her, gotta hug her. You know, it's okay, come back. Now, who's the little boy that died?
His
Because he's
son,
with him and he's
my
got,
brother.
it's your brother?
Hmm.
He's with him also. He's like, he looks little too. I mean, he's like skinny little thing, dark hair, dark eyes. Looks like
Oh
he's
my
maybe,
god.
um, he's
He
old,
um
so he's with him. Um,
he died just a few hours after he was born. He had brown eyes and dark curly hair.
it's so weird. My head, what? Okay, I gotta keep talking. Just give me a minute. Did he like have an aneurysm or a stroke or something right here in his head?
No, he fell and hit his head.
Because I feel like that had something either it happened when he died or that maybe was the result of how do I explain this? Maybe this led to I just know this is still affecting me right now. Like it was there at the point of crossing. It was his transition. This was it was red.
Um,
It was raw. It was hurting.
yeah, that was the whole reason we had him cremated because he had a massive gash on his head from where he fell and hit the um refrigerator, the corner of the refrigerator. We
And
we honestly don't know what happened though.
that's him. It's not a suicide. I mean, well, let me put it this way: there's no foul play at all. What I feel
Okay.
with him is I do feel like there's a lot of neglect physically with him taking care of himself. I feel very off balance. Very off balance. It's almost like and I get it. I have lupus and I have a hard time walking sometimes. But even for me, this feels off. It's like
It's
I'm
actually not uncommon. I had a lot of cases where they fell
yeah, I
and
mean
hit
because
objects.
I feel like I don't know. There may have been something else going on within him that made him not be able to like balance himself or orient
He
himself
was an alcoholic.
because I feel like I can't balance or it's almost like, you know when you go to grab something when you fall, it's like, oh shit, and you miss it, and that's kind of what it feels like. So I don't see foul play. I don't see I
He
like
had a trach. And as far as we can gather, he was cleaning his trach out and he can't breathe when the tube's out. So he has to do it really quick and then put it back in. And we don't know if he was drunk and maybe passed out and fell and hit his head or exactly what happened.
You can have a vasovagal response when you have the trach out.
I don't know what that is.
It does affect your circulation and whatnot, and it can also affect your oxygen intake.
So that would make him wobbly.
That was probably it.
Got
It
it.
was probably
Thank
a
you.
vasovagal response.
Basil Vega.
Vasovagal.
Yeah, I can't say that shit. That response. um, so yeah, there was no foul play. And honestly, I don't see a trach. I don't feel it in there. Um, I just feel really off balance and me trying to catch myself, and I'm not clear headed really, because I feel like I'm trying to stand up in a bouncy house, really.
And honestly, probably went down and was passed out before he hit the bridge or freezer or whatever.
Well, here's the
He's
thing
probably
with
out.
that. I don't see him laying there suffering.
Mm-mm.
I do get the
Maybe.
moment of impact, it hurting and it being red because they always come through at that moment. But yeah,
I mean, it's hard to see on, as the person witnessing the situation when you walk up onto them. You think that maybe they suffered. Honestly, most of the time they
yeah, I
don't.
don't see suffering with him. I mean, I really do feel like there's a little confusion, things not making sense, disorientation, and trying to catch. But I don't see pain. I don't see chaos. I don't see hurt at that point. It's almost like when the head got whacked, it was over. So I don't get suffering there. Um, it's funny, my whole left leg and the arm's going numb.
He had a lot of circulation issues,
But
and
the left,
enlarged heart. He had a very enlarged heart.
you had an enlarged heart.
Um, on his death certificate, there's like 20 different things, liver function issues, all of this that was built up over years from being an alcoholic for so long.
Yeah, he was throwing clots. Yeah,
so hopefully that'll bring you some peace because he didn't suffer. It was pretty instantaneous.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interject.
Go to the doctor. You need antibiotics. This shit ain't gonna heal on its own.
Yes, ma'am.
And use your fucking inhaler. Your dad said use it. So you got dead people chiming in telling you to use inhalers and shit. Use them. Okay.
I will go do that tonight. I promise.
Yeah.
Find it for you.
She's back home.
I was kidding.
But yeah.
Gonna make her want you. Don't make me come find
you. Chris, don't make me. Okay, I don't really thank God he's pulling back. No offense, but he's got a lot going on inwardly. He got me sweating balls.
What's so crazy is I'm over here literally just pouring sweat.
I was following Lynn's all this time. Good job.
So
he was a bit of a mess, bless his heart.
Yeah, he definitely physically was a train wreck. There's a lot going on there. But yeah, he definitely sees the little girl. He's around the little girl. He wants you to be fine because he's telling you to take and use the inhaler. Wow, okay.
Wow, I'm kind of blown away right now.
Why?
Just everything, I mean, that you didn't know that you knew. I mean,
Yeah.
I felt all this stuff myself, but to hear somebody actually say it's crazy.
Welcome to my life. This is what I do. Yeah, I was talking about Lincoln.
This is why Cal State
Okay.
rated you so highly.
Yeah, Cal State loves me. I believe fine. David wants to know if you have read A Person and Saw Demons. He said he has tons. I've seen entities or lower level entities attached to people, yes. I have dealt with oppression and possessions. Yes. I have set in on exorcisms. Yes. Typically, I will not read people. He's afraid for you to read him. Typically, I will not read people if I feel there is an attachment like that, simply for my own protection. Because when I do read people, I connect to their energy and I experience things as them for my own safety. I don't put myself in a situation where I could come in contact something that's not, I guess you could say, spiritually clean. If I know there's a problem like oppression or possession, I will go in and I will kick its ass first. And then I step back. And once I know it's safe, I take care of the individual. I did get your donation. So,
Miss
whew.
Abby, I'm going to bounce off here so you can finish your things, and I am going to send you some money as soon as I get my PayPal straightened out.
Okay.
Because I wasn't expecting that, and you deserve it.
Well, thank you.
We want you to get that inhaler first.
Yeah. You got dead people chiming in about getting inhalers. Get your damn inhaler. Get your
My
antibiotics.
daughter, my daughter's behind me saying, "Get your inhaler, Mom."
Right?
Sometimes our
Girl.
children are wiser than us. We have to acknowledge.
And go to the doctor. You really need antibiotics because I feel like you've got sinus infection, you got bronchitis going on.
I will. I will go tomorrow.
All right.
Thank you, Miss Abby. Love
You're
ya.
welcome. I love you too. All righty. Bye bye. How much does that cost? God, I can't see. I need my papers back.
I
Blind
hope I
bitch.
didn't interject too much, but
How much does that cost, Jesse Lou Evans? Um, for a spiritual, well, let's see. I don't think they would need a complete spiritual evaluation, which I think that would probably be the best bet for them because that would allow me to tap into their energy. Hello. And it would allow me to see if anything's going on like negative attachments, from a person or something they've created like a tulpa, or if there is actual lower level entities attached, or if it's just gifts manifesting. That's going to cost about $80. And that's going to be a all in all.
here's the thing about that. I mean, if you're creating tulpas, you got to know that you're doing it so you can stop doing
Well,
it.
some people are not aware of it.
No, but you have to find it.
You gotta correct it, yeah.
I've seen that. That's weird. Those are weird.
Yeah. Good evening, MJ. You don't get paid till Friday. I'm always here. Are you charging for this session? Um, well, I am doing donations through PayPal, Venmo, or Cash App. And so you can get on the list if you wanna, and I will tear apart a situation for you. I can't guarantee you're going to get mediumship because that depends on the spirit. Apparently, her father wanted to chime in loud and clear and had a little something to say. So, all right. So, you are the one that sent the donation. Misbehaving is asked to join. All right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this was misbehaving too. If anybody else wants to be on the list, what is that you did to the two? That was energy work. I broke up negative energy, or I went in and basically worked with their chakras, which are like your energy packs for your body, just to kind of bring about some healing and mediumship because, well, I communed with the dead.
Do you have anybody else on your list?
I do not have anybody on my list right now after I do misbehaving. Um, so you make a donation, minimum of $5. So the more you do, the more I actually do for you. But misbehaving, honey, what we looking at?
Oh, I'm not really sure. I'm excited to do this though.
So we're gonna go general just
Oh,
to see what.
sounds good. There's a girl asking the question, what's your PayPal? I have a PayPal account and put in her email address. That's the only way it works, which is
Yeah,
abbyblack@outlook.com. It
you
took me two
got it.
days to figure that.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
abbyblack@outlook.com. But yeah, let's see what you need to know with Miss Babe. What's going on with Miss Babe and what's the circumstances situation.
Yes, I can't wait
Um,
for you to fix me.
yes, that is goodness. Yeah, you've got a lot of. See, I'm in energy mode right now. It's kind of like I want to fix you. My bad. Um, you've got a really, really heavy heart. I mean, most of the cards that are coming up for you are about emotional pain and how you hold on to it. First thing that comes up is the Eight of Swords. It's in a positive position. If you look at it, the woman's bound. She's blindfolded. She's surrounded by swords. So that kind of makes me feel like where you are emotionally is in a position where you feel like things are coming at you from all these angles and you can't see them. You feel like you don't have the freedom to make the necessary choices or the ability. You also have all the swords around you. So it's almost like you're afraid to move or take a step because you're afraid that something negative is going to happen as a response, a consequence. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You also have the seven of swords, which comes up in a positive next, which is basically saying that you're at a point in your life where you have to reevaluate. You have to weigh things. You have to see what you can carry and what you can do. You're very fucking empathic, by the way. Your heart, your throat, totally, totally thrown off, shut off completely.
Burn. It's burning. It's
Yeah,
burning. I have pain every day.
that's
It's a
because
hot,
you're
painful,
so.
painful.
You need a
I know.
cleansing. You need your
I freak
chakras.
out on. I mean, a lot of people when they tell me stuff, I cry right with them. I feel it all. I feel it all.
You need your chakras aligned and you need to deep clean. Um, it's like you're trying though. I feel like you're trying to make a dent or to make a difference or find a way to cope. Because it shows you with that seven of swords, trying to kind of evaluate what's, not my circus, not my monkeys, and you pick up what you can move on. Right here, there's that empathy though. You PayPal now and it gets you on the list. Um, you don't go on the list till payment's received. Queen of Cups, that's your empathy. Empathy is rampant in you. The next card that comes up, Ace of Cups. So I know when it comes to empathy, you've got other gifts associated to it as well. So you're looking at probably clairsentience, which is when you kind of feel things in the energy of rooms. You know when
I,
people are
I'm a beautician, and I know what to say to people just at the right time before they even come up with the subject. I know how to make them feel. I do it all the time. It's a
that's
weird thing.
um claircognizance you have where it just gets dropped in your mind, random things, and you make sense of it. You know what
Yep.
it is. You'll know this glimpse means this and you deliver a message for it. You're very skilled. um you need to get that shit in check though, because it is manifesting physically in you. The need to cough all the time, and that is your empathy. Your whole entire throat chakra closed. Your heart feels raw right now and
I
probably should.
sometimes are thinking I'm having a heart attack. I don't do it anymore, but I've been doing it since I was in my 20s.
That's not a physical ailment, though. They probably told you you're crazy. It's because you're literally feeling everyone else's pain in your body.
Yep. Yes.
Girl, you need help too.
I have
Uh,
old skeletons in the closet too as a small child. Sexual abuse. That stuff
that
comes up and those people talk about it. It brings about a lot of bad memories. And I can't always get a grip.
that's because you're overloaded. But seriously, I almost called you baby. My bad. Um, you are overloaded right now. I'm just going to give y'all all a little taster sample. Have you ever had energy work?
No.
Are you open to it?
Sure.
So you give consent for me to connect energetically with you. I'm gonna take them off.
Absolutely.
Okay, what we're gonna try to do is I can't go in and completely cleanse you because that takes like an hour. But I can do enough to make you feel saner, okay? And to make you feel more in check. Um you may feel tingles like, a body part's just waking up or heat or coolness in a certain spot of your body. Um, you may feel emotional, but I've got to let this out of you. Do you understand? So
Yes.
we're just going to take
Yes.
what's not yours away. Okay, all right. Jeez. I'm being super duper duper gentle, but I am right there in that art. All right. I want you to take a really deep breath in through your nose, let it out through your mouth. You feel any different energetically?
I felt the burning in my almost instantly, and the chest pains have subsided, and I never even got to my peppermint oil yet tonight, which I've been douching myself in for days, just peppermint oil, peppermint oil, peppermint oil, to, from my neck on into my solar plex.
Okay, I want you to remember this, okay? And I want you to write it down or say it. Go back, replay this video because I want it to become something. I want it to be your personal mantra, okay? I call back all energy belonging to me.
I call back all energy belonging to me.
I
So
release any energy not of me.
I release any energy not of me.
And when you do it, just take a couple deep breaths in and out. What it's going to do, it's going to help you pull back all your energy where you've sent it to everyone trying to fix their situations. I know. It's just tidbits. I can't do a full one right now, Jennifer. I wish I could, but you've had one. Um, but if you do that, what's going to happen is all the energy you're picking up from everybody else, when you say that and you can even visualize it being gone in that breath, it removes it from you. So it will help you start feeling saner and saner and saner. So you need to start making a point to do that. I usually tell people if they work first shift, do it when you get off work, do it before you go to bed, a couple times a day. And that's going to help you just to kind of stay sane. so you don't pick up any more. It doesn't get worse. So
Okay.
that'll help you.
I thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Blessings. I know you poor girl. You don't take on that pain that I had, do you? I mean, you're not feeling it, are you?
I feel it in the moment. I feel everything. Anytime I work on someone, I feel their pain. I feel their emotional. I feel every bit of it in that moment. But I do know how to release it. I know how to get rid of it. So I don't take it on. I release you from it. I don't I don't make it mine though.
I'm anxious to have a good night's sleep.
Well, I don't know how much that'll help you, but I do think at least now things are open. You know, a
Yep.
real cleansing would help you massively, though. You would sleep forever.
Well, we'll get there. We'll get there. I finally got the PayPal to work.
Yay.
Yeah. So it's out. You got to tell these people if they have, they have to have your address. It can't just be the www.paypal.me.
uh,
It don't.
yeah,
It's really confusing.
Abby
But
Black
I
at
get it.
Outlook.com.
Yes. I thank you, and I'll keep watching. Blessings.
Be here. I'm glad. Okay, let's go up. I missed a ton of comments. Um, you do PayPal before. Let me make sure I haven't got any payments to come through. Okay. Jennifer Lopez, you got money here. That's the only one I'm seeing right now. So, oh, get her, Abby. Uh, Abby is amazing at that. Thank you. So excited I met. She's adorable. I'm especially so happy. She's gonna feel better. Yes, she will feel better. Oh, imagine what a full cleansing will do for her. You can message me. I'll do one of those. Um, hello, Tammy Bambi. Holly, I need to be released from pain always. Girl, I will hook you up. I can't. I just do baby bites in here though. I can't do full cleansings in here because it takes like an hour, and those kick my ass. So I do charge full for them. Um, that is the email. I'll be right back. You have such a likable face. Thank you. I just donated $10. Um, let me look because I you got to hang here because I. What did you donate to? Cash App, PayPal? Because I'm not seeing it. Notifications. That's why I scroll up and down. That way I can see whoever makes a donation. You have such a likable face. Thank you. It's good to see you, Southern Comfort. Holly, thank you. If you go back to my video yesterday, you can really see my eyes because I have makeup on. Now I just look dead again. PayPal app. I don't know why it's not showing on the PayPal. Make sure you put it to abbyblack@outlook.com. Yeah, pull it up on there because it shows, oh, it's pending. Okay. You know the login. All right. Well, J-Lo, I got you on here. We'll go ahead and get you because that payment's up. And, well, that's the one I see right now that's clear. So we can do mine whenever. Okay. Welcome back, Mama Burr. F. Okay. General, please. You got it, Miss Lopez. Jennifer Lopez. What does she need to know? What is going on with her? What does she need to be aware of? Circumstances, situations, or is it pending? Does it say what I have to do or what's going on? If it's sent like an e-check, it'll take days. Okay, now to you, Miss Lopez. Good news. You actually have good things coming for you. Right now, you'll just watch, okay? I followed you so I can pay at a later date. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. You can always know when I'm on. You can find me on Instagram at spiritual.awakenings, on Facebook, Reads by Abby Black, and it also gives you the rates and prices for real whole complete cleanses, readings, you name it, show dates. You can also find me. Good. All right. Tammy's next too. Um, Let me catch up real quick because I'm a little bit crazy right now. So, Jennifer Lopez, first one for you is the Five of Wands in a reverse position. That tells me that a lot of the battles you've been having and dealing with, facing, I've been moving on. So, I'll follow you on Insta. What's the name again? It is spiritual dot awakenings. Um, that that's all my social medias. You can find me any and everywhere. I am Erwer. Erwer. So, boom, boom. Like I was saying, Jennifer, right now feels really good for you. You have the Four of Pentacles in reverse. You have the Five of Wands in reverse. You have the Seven of Wands in reverse. It's almost like mentally and emotionally, all these things that have been kicking your ass have just disappeared. You're at a point where, excuse me, things are just making sense. It's just unfolding. Answers are coming. And it's almost like you're creating a whole new existence. Um, you do have the Two of Wands. So that's about laying foundations. So I don't know if lately you've had a million questions circling around in your head. You've just been overwhelmed. You're trying to make sense of it. It's almost like I feel like I'm everywhere. Like there's a million things that need to be done, and I'm just trying to knock them out. That way I can just kind of take a minute to relax and get my head. Um, all that's coming to an end. All of that's winding down. So you actually have peace that's coming because of that Two of Wands. Um, Anytime the Two of Wands comes up, though, I see it as like it's almost like everything gets turned around, but not in a negative. You need to set boundaries and foundations with mom. Yes, you do. Um, but it's almost like an eye opening. It's like an awakening. It's things just make sense, and you don't want to deal with the shit and the fuckery. Excuse my language. Follow you on Instagram because a good vibe from me. Thank you. Um, it's almost like you're in a point where you're seeing your own worth. And because you're seeing your worth and you're seeing what you're capable of mentally and emotionally, it's like you don't have time for people that don't. You have just eliminated it. And by you cutting all that chaos out, you've opened the door for all these wonderful other things to flood in. And it's what's happening. And it's going to change your life in a massive, drastic way because the Two of Wands is all about foundation. It's about the beginnings. So by you making these choices, you should be proud of you. Here, kudos. Everybody give J-Lo applause. Woo woo. So, ain't nothing but good for you, girl. And it took you seeing your own worth and demanding respect. You can't put a dollar store sticker on a Macy's bag. You know what I'm saying? You sell yourself what you're worth, not that cheap shit. Um, so you've got a lot of changes coming, but they're all positive. Um, I do see you kind of pulling back from people, but I think that's because you've got so many things that are changing. It's a period of adjustment. It's a period of coming to terms with who you are now because it's not who you were before. Because you do value yourself differently. Um, Girl, don't be tearful. Be proud of you. You did it. A lot of people don't get that. A lot of people just keep taking it and they don't put a value on themselves. They don't say, you know what, I'm worth more than this. I'm a better person than this. You have. You done it. And now it's benefiting you because everything's changing for the better. And you know, you should be proud of you. I'm proud of you. I'll be your mama. I'll be proud of you. I'll be proud mama moment. Look at there. That's my girl. Look at her shining and beaming. Got her glitter gel on. It does mean you've grown. And that's what we're supposed to do. That's what we're here for. So, hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. You handling business. So, with that whole Two of Wands coming up in reverse, well, positive. We've got the King of Swords in reverse and the Queen of Swords in reverse. Look at that. Boom. So, you're a unicorn now. Your relationship with the hubby should be fantastic because a lot of the issues are going to be dissolving away from that too. So, that's even going to get better. You didn't have any health cards come up, so I don't see anything with your health as far as scary or nothing. So, you look really dang good. You need to celebrate you. You need to like have a Pop Tart or a glass of wine or some shit. Okay, Tammy. And then the other one, it did go through, or it's there, or
It's still pending, but it's there.
okay, we'll get her.
It might be a day.
What is this Aquarius moon doing and bringing me, please? You want a whole cake, girl? Don't eat a whole cake, because then you're gonna be sad because your ass gonna get big. Moment on the hips, a moment on the lips, a lifetime on the hips. Don't do that. So, we got Tammy, we got Ariel. Then we'll have to see how I'm doing. You're very, very welcome. And girl, don't thank me, thank you. Be like, thank you, Jennifer. Look at you. Look at you growing. Look at you being amazing and stuff. So what does this Aquarius moon hold for Tammy? What is going on? Circumstance, situation. What does she need to be aware of? What does she need to focus her energy on? Let's see what we get for this girl here. You feel good. Okay. You do feel good. A lot of the family issues that you've been having on, though, I think you're moving from. You've dealt with it. Because you have the Four of Wands in a reverse position, which is telling me there is family issues. You have the Six of Swords, which is you trying to move forward. It's it's you trying to deal with it. Yes, I'd like to call my mom. She's been gone for 3 years and I'm lost. Abby, you're so amazing. Well, thank you. You are too. I can't promise you your mom will come in, though. I'll try, but I can't promise that. Um, Back to you, Tammy. Family issues, it shows with the whole Four of Wands in reverse position, crossed by the Six of Swords, that you're trying to mend. You're trying to move on. You're trying to fix situations. And it shows that you're moving to a better place. The Six of Swords, even though you're still carrying some of the emotional baggage, is still you making progress moving forward, okay? You have the Two of Pentacles in a reverse position. So I don't see you like winning the lottery. I don't see significant financial gain. I really don't see much change financially. So far, it's mostly been mental and emotional with the family issues. Um, the Moon card comes up in a reverse, so that tells me you're waiting on the shoe to drop. You're waiting on something negative to come. It's like you feel like you're between 2 points of chaos and you're just waiting on it to soak you back up. Do you understand what I'm saying? Where you at? Get some water. Hello, Junior. Ugh, I was thirsty. Okay. Here's the thing, though. That moon card is in a reverse position. You're not, right now, I don't see negative coming. I don't see you having anything to be fearful of. I think your past experience has just got you programmed to expect some really funkiness every time something good happens. Hello, Easy Beth or Lizzie Beth. Can't see. I don't have my glasses on. But I think that let's fix this because I got a feeling this is gonna be something I don't want to see. Anyway, okay. I don't see a reason for you to be afraid. Right now, you have got massive amounts of possibilities and potential for good to come. But I feel like with you locked in that mindset of expecting the worst, you're going to attract it and manifest it to you. So, you've got to start focusing. Drilling at dark 30.
It's only 8:23 here.
That is Undertaker.
Not this time.
Oh, yeah, not back. No, she was out there cutting wood earlier. I think she's gonna make runes. So, sorry, Tammy. I'm gonna do Ariel, and then I'm gonna chill out for the night because I've got like a lot going on. I just need to rebalance. So yeah, she always got power tools out. The moon card's in reverse, so it's telling you chill out, relax, don't expect something negative because it's not happening. Her name is Linda. Okay, I think that's on my bell phone message from me. It could be because I mean, anytime you're dealing with something like bipolar or any kind of mental illness in that aspect, it does create a pattern of self sabotage. You got to watch that though, because the way it looks, things are going good and things are getting better because you're doing the work. You're working through the family issues. Issues are being resolved. You're moving forward.
Are you doing
You're, yeah, I am.
Okay.
I am,
And Ariel's next.
Yeah, Ariel's next.
Okay.
You're healing those situations. Anytime you heal something and don't band aid it, it allows you to move forward in a more positive, productive way. Okay? So the changes that are happening are going to keep happening and getting better and better and better. So you need to take that fear and you need to toss it right out because it's not legitimate. It's not valid. At this point, the only reason it has power is because you give it power. Take its power away and it's powerless and you can do whatever. You do have the Fool card in a reversed position, which is saying, and I think this ties back to that Moon card too. You have a hard time trusting the process, trusting the process and having faith in it because you have been let down so much by so many people and even yourself sometimes. You've got to just know you're doing the work now. Anytime you do the work, it gets better, it gets smoother, it makes more sense, things fall into place. And people don't realize healing internally is not a one thing. When you heal one issue, especially when you deal with things that have been going on for a long time, it's like dropping a pebble in a pond. Initially, it's got that little ripple, but it expands out. So when you work on healing one issue that's been long going, it starts rippling and affecting other issues. And you start understanding them a little easier. You start making sense of them. And it allows you to heal the other things also. So it's kind of like you just feed it. And it just goes bigger and bigger and bigger to the point you're whole, you're complete, you don't have any energy blockages, nothing, okay? So quit kicking your ass. All right, you're good. You're beautiful. You're making progress too. I'm so proud of my people in this room tonight, just growing, learning, fixing their baths. Hello, how you doing? Next, we're doing Ariel. Ariel. I've heard it pronounced both ways. So, I'm like a proud mama. All y'all, my little babies up in here, just doing some spiritual mojo, getting your heel on. See, I like that. I don't like that band-aid fix shit. I want to see some soul work. I want you to help yourself grow and attract wonderful things and proud. There you go. I want to see that good. All right. Now, you said you wanted to try to contact your mom. I'm going to be honest. I can't promise you she'll come through. while ago, he was pretty dang determined to shout out she needed the inhaler. And I'm also getting a little bit tired. So it's harder. That's why I do most of my mediumship and energy works in the beginning of the day. But y'all needed it. So I was just like passing out spiritual candies to people. Um, make the world a better place. Heal them in their sacred space. All right, what does Ariel need to know? She's wanting to connect with her mom. She's wanting to see what's going on in the situation with. Got a jumper. What is this? Ooh, that's a sexy card. Okay. I'm loving the hell out of tonight. Girls. Or gentlemen if they're in here.
It's like you're wide open to a lot of this stuff tonight.
Everybody's had really good reads though. I've not had to say anything funky to anybody, and I love that. So Ariel, we're just gonna start reading and I'm gonna kind of throw the net out. I don't know what your mom went on. Give me a minute. Was your mom sick and you not know she was sick? Like you didn't know the severity of it, or maybe you just didn't think she's mom, she'll live forever, that kind of thing. And I think some of it too is she didn't inform people because she wanted to protect them a lot. I don't, yeah. Okay, here's the situation. I'm kind of hesitant to say breast cancer because I've got a breast cancer scare currently going on with me, but I feel like it's in the chest. I feel like it's, my initial was breast, but it's definitely chest.
Can I do that to you?
She was always mean. What took her? Was it some sort of sickness or cancer in the breast, the chest? It's right there. I mean, I kept initially getting breast cancer, but I didn't want to say it because I've got my own boob issues right now. Love you and Chris. Going to clean, sit on the porch for a bit. Good night, Tammy.
Good night, Tammy.
Okay, heart failure. Okay, well, here's the thing with that.
That would explain it.
I feel like this was something ongoing for a while. It doesn't seem like it was, and she was gone. Like, like
Heart failure can drag on for years.
this feels like years. And I feel like there was a lot of other things going on with it, too.
Well, it
It
affects your
just,
breathing.
well, that would make sense with the lungs because, okay, because it was just like everywhere in the chest. Okay, well, that makes sense then.
That's why my lungs sound like I have fluid in them when I don't.
I don't really know, to be honest. She was an addict and a diabetic.
You can totally have heart failure with both of those. That's very common, actually.
Okay, please do not tell me any more information because if you do, I won't be able to pull it in because I will not use any information somebody gives me. That's why I always go in blind because that way anything comes up, I know it's spirit based and it's not my brain, you know? Um,
You need it for confirmation.
it's weird because with her, it's so weird. I mean, I see her, but I see her as this tiny little thing, almost like drawn in on herself. And I see her, and the reason I was thinking cancer initially is because I feel like her hair is extremely, extremely short, almost like it's growing back, like after cancer. And there's something on her head, like a bandana do rag kind of thing. But I see her actually in a wheelchair. I don't see her upright standing. So this, Yes, you know it's better. Okay. I feel like her passing was a long, drug out process. I don't see it quick. I do see it being a situation where she is so physically broken down, she can't really be up and walking around. Um, she looks super duper thin. Like I said, I see her in the wheelchair. Um, and I keep seeing her like she doesn't have hair because there's like on her head there's something, but it feels like there's not a lot of hair.
Could just be style too.
It's gonna drive me fucking crazy. It doesn't look like a style. I see her in a hospital gown in a chair with her head covered. Her sick. It doesn't. Okay, you said addict. I hear heroin. Was her drug of choice heroin? Boom, boom, I'm chasing dragons.
Ooh, that's your theme song for heroin.
It feels like heroin though, because it's black. I see it, I smell it, and it's like this orangey thick. I don't know shit about drugs except for weed.
Isn't heroin kind of tarry?
What I'm seeing is almost, it's like powdery looking, but it's orange and black. And it's like you can, I don't know how.
I don't know enough about drugs either. I've
It's an
seen meth
orangey
is
black,
black.
nasty color.
Heroin is black. But
I thought meth was white.
that's what I said. Meth is white and heroin is
Okay, so I think she was on something besides meth, honestly.
coke.
Okay, because that's all white shit. What I'm seeing is it's like on aluminum foil and it's orangey black and it's like not even in a pipe. I don't really even see her shooting it up. It's like she burns it and breathes it.
She did coke too.
Okay. This one is very freaking hard to do. And I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I can feel her, but it's almost like she's watching from a distance. It's almost like she doesn't want to come in because she is ashamed. It is not common that I encounter spirit on the other side that has a baser human, yeah, that has that whole baser kind of human aspect of shame or fear or anxiety. I feel it with her. And I think some of it is in my head now. I can hear her. It's very much like if you look back at her life, she was beautiful. She really could have achieved and been so much. And she's aware that she ruined that. I have to give you what I get. So, she never said sorry for not loving me. Yeah, she loves you or she wouldn't even showed up. See, here's the thing. Spirits have options. They don't have to come. When I throw a net out, they don't have to come. Your mom is incredibly ashamed of her behaviors. Um, it's not that she doesn't love you. She didn't want you to see her in that way. She didn't want you to know her in that manner. She was trying in her own sick, warped, I'm an addict kind of way to let you have this idea of what your mama was in your head versus the reality of what you would have seen if you were with her.
Did she love her?
Absolutely. She wouldn't have popped up.
And that's why she never said sorry for not loving her, would be my guess.
Yeah, because I mean, I know she didn't love you. She wouldn't have felt that shame in this moment because it was very much like she was trying to protect you from that. She also wouldn't have shown up because she didn't have to. She didn't have to appear. Okay? When they do, that lets me know there's definitely a deep emotional connection. Um she says there's so much you don't know, and I really don't want to put this out here on Facebook. The way she put
I'm gonna try to contact her via email instead. Or messenger.
Yeah, you can message me on Instagram. I'll kind of give you a brief here, but I don't want to go into too much detail. Their circumstances, okay, it's fine. I feel like your mother, probably from the time she was 13 or 14, was already had suffered so many things that she at least had complex PTSD. To be honest, I see emotional abuse. I see sexual abuse, molestation. I see so many things within her that fed that pain. She was trying to hide it. You know, she was trying. The drugs were her escape. Okay. Your mom never didn't love you. Your mom loves you, or she wouldn't have been here. She wouldn't have showed up. And I think in a lot of ways, the things you're seeing is negative. Yeah, it hurts because she didn't vocalize I love you, or she maybe wasn't there on a regular, but she didn't want you to see her in that way. And she would have rather not said it and been vacant than for you to see her in that way. I understand it. You have a reason to be mad at her. But I want you to understand also, your mother was damaged long before you even came into this picture. Okay? Your mother was trying her best to hold herself together. And another thing is the abuse that I'm seeing she suffered as a child. When you are an abuse survivor, a lot of times they're terrified to have children simply because they're afraid that they're going to allow that child to be in the same circumstances or suffer the same things they suffered. Okay. I think your mother, in her own mind, with her having PTSD and probably some other mental illnesses and being an addict, was doing the best she could do and walk away from you because she didn't want you to see it. Look at it like an adoption, okay? Some women get pregnant, they know they can't take care of a child, they adopt that baby out. That's basically what she did for you. She loved you enough to have you and to put you somewhere she thought you would be safe because she knew she was not in a place to take care of you. Your mother has nothing but love for you. Your mother, I actually feeling her, wish I could just reach up and hug her because her pain is, it's like I said in the beginning, very often I rarely ever have spirit come up and me feel the shame and all. You've got to you've got to kind of work through your pain too, because I do feel like she tries to contact you and come around, but your anger is blocking it. There could be a lot of healing that could happen if you started looking at the circumstance not so much with anger, but trying to understand who she was as a separate, separate individual, separate of you. A lot of times we look at our parents and we have this notion of who they're supposed to be and how they're supposed to be and what they're supposed to do. And we don't look at the circumstances in their life that got them to the point we entered it. And we don't say, okay, well, they were severely damaged. There was, in this case, I can promise you, multiple years of molestation. There was violence. There was abuse. There's a lot going on that
She was trying to shelter us from
She was trying to shelter you from her pain. Her not being present in your life was not because she didn't love you. It was the greatest blessing she could give you. It was the only way she knew she could show you that she did love you, because she didn't want you to experience that. Your mom absolutely freaking loves you. She just didn't want you to suffer the pain of watching her not knowing how to deal with her pain.
I wonder if it's possible she can talk to people that watched her mother grow up and the experiences she went to understand.
I think that would be healing for you also. You know, I think you need to talk to people about your mother that grew up with her, circumstances, stories, situations, and start understanding who she was as an individual. And I think, as hard as it's going to be, you need to hear the ugly, because I see a lot of ugly. And that will help you start to have compassion and understanding of what fueled her.
And it's okay to be angry.
Yeah, it's fine to be angry.
Because you don't
Anger is
understand.
normal.
It's fine.
But I do think that a lot of healing will come, and some of that anger will dissipate as you realize who she was and the things she had to endure. And I think that once you do, because I'm positive your mother's been around you.
A lot of employers actually offer. Um, it's usually very temporary, very limited. But
Let it go.
Counseling opportunities, and they can lead you in the right direction too.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I've just been really kind, giving everybody little soul taps today. I want to take some of that pain off of you. I want to, at least for a moment, connect to your energy and let you feel your mama and what she feels for you. Okay? If you want to, you can call in, because it'd probably be easier to type and I can hear you, because my eyes will probably be shut. And we're going to see if we can't let you feel that, because I feel it. I can feel her love you. I mean,
can you send her an invite to?
I don't know how.
If it's an older phone, it might not have the option to call in.
Invite guests. Your viewers have been invited to join. You should be able to click that.
Two little heads in the bottom.
The two little heads in the bottom, and it should let you call me.
See, now that I'm using the old phone,
gotcha.
With the new update, it won't let me do it.
Thank you for all the super duper hearts. Because I want you. Your mama loved you. I want to see if I can let you feel that. Okay. All right. Hello. Hello. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to be quiet for a second. You give me consent. Do you give me consent to tap onto your energy for the moment?
Yes, I do.
Okay, because I have to ask permission. Somebody's energy. Okay, we're going to try to pull her. I'm going to be the mediator. And you're probably going to feel it in your heart, because that's where we're going.
Wow.
Do you feel anything?
Yeah, I feel a tingly sensation on my shoulder, and I get that from time to time. I think that might be my mom.
Yeah, because she's there. She's there, absolutely there.
Is that that strong feeling? Is that what like real love's supposed to feel like? Because I don't know. It feel uncomfortable in
You
a
feel
sense.
that
And
heart? Do you feel it? Feel like your heart is weighted?
yeah.
That's what feels for you. That is love. It's heavy. Love's not always beautiful and light. Love can be complicated. Love can be messy. Love is so many things. It's not just rainbows. I mean, that heaviness is what she felt because she did love you, because she wanted there. She didn't want you to see and experience what she was living.
Okay. Yeah. Just I feel like a lot of the time, I'm living my life to for some type of pleasure in a sense, and because I never knew what was going on, I feel like my life has just been a bombshell of my family's mistakes.
Well, you can have closure now if you allow. You just have to know that she did love you because I think that's the biggest question. It was the feeling of not being wanted or not being valued. Your mother was damaged before you even got here. She did the best she could by putting you somewhere where she would be safe and you could have loved. Because honestly, I don't even think she thinks she was fully capable of love. I don't even think she gets that's what that was. By her putting you somewhere safe, that is love. That was how she could show it. That was her way of saying I love you.
Okay.
I mean, it's obvious to me. I mean, it may not be for you because you're still that, but
Sometimes I could tap
I
into
don't
my
think she did
potential,
love
and then
you
I feel
either.
like there's a fog. Yeah, she did not. I talked to her a lot, and I don't know. A lot of the time, I felt like more of a friend than a to make me really angry because custody of me when I was 12 expected me to take care of hatred started was the resentment. That's how I felt.
It wasn't fair because I mean, but you have to understand. I don't think her intentions were to get you and then get sick. That just happened. She would not if she didn't love you and care you have even worried about. She chose to get you back into her life and try to do what she could. The sickness, yeah, I feeling robbed because you didn't get to see her be happy and you know, and that was her I love you again. Some people can't. Okay, some people can't
I
vocalize
have a
it.
quick question. My sister is an addict as well, and she reminds me of her. I just want to know if my mom had anything to say to her because me and her had an argument today, and I blocked her from my Facebook just because she's hurt me a lot too. My sister.
We'll look and we'll see.
But I know my mom had a dream of her, and or she had a dream of my mom. So I don't know. Oh, sorry, I
Um,
didn't want to say too much.
sitting here. Um, let's see what she's got to say about the sister. Let's see. I'm gonna pull a card. Energy is scattered. I just want to see, points so I know what to do. Your sister's actually gonna get clean. She's gonna get her shit together. I don't know if she told you that, and that's maybe why y'all were arguing because you doubted it. But this is your sister's card. That's her running victorious out of a battle. She's been dead. She's been hurt too. And,
Yeah.
addiction creates addiction. And it's a cycle that has to be broken. Right now, I don't see your sister is stable because her card is the King of Wands in reverse. but she wants it. She needs it. And I do see you got the whole Six of Wands, which is her riding victorious out of battle. Overcome addiction is a battle. You also way living the past and the past. So that way you're still in the cycle of addiction.
That is awesome. I know I was really worried about her.
Did she tell you that she wanted to get straight? Is that what some of the conversation was about? Or
No, she said that she wanted to come home, and then I told her to go ask Dad for help because last time I spent a lot of money bringing her up because me helping her is a
I get it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I get it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I come from a family that with addiction already almost 2 years. Is it? You didn't ask me or just her. If you should some hearts up.
I can hear you.
Okay, somebody. Okay, so you hear me back now? I come from a lot of addiction in my families. My mother was an addict at one point. My father was an alcoholic. My grandfather was an alcoholic. I have a 21-year-old daughter that's been home for years and is an addict. I get the tough love thing. Very hard. But you also have to understand they reach a point where they're so out of control, out of control. I don't even think they know how to get out of that. You know, people say, well, they have to hit bottom. I get it. But hate yourself so much. Addiction comes from self-hate and feelings of inadequacy. And unless you're an addict of some sort, you're not gonna to get what it feels like to mentally be in an addict's mind. Your sister wouldn't. Well, it shows she wants a healing. It shows she's gonna overcome it. You're different than her. You're stronger than she is. You're determined. You had to be. You pushed through. You persevered. She's not her side. So it'll happen. The audio is so weird.
No, I noticed that too.
Is it okay now?
Yeah, we're fine now.
Okay. Well, your sister wants to help. She wants to get everything taken care of and leave the past behind her. She needs therapy. Without 8 of Cups, it's going to take mental health. It's not going to be something she can overcome on her own. You're a badass.
Okay.
You did. You know. Positive.
It's not good right now. It's not for me.
Is it still doing it, Jennifer Lopez?
It's like there's something interfering.
Okay, just wasn't sure if it was. All right. She'll get better. Your sister will get better. Your mom absolutely adores you, loves you. She was with you. I know she was with you in that moment, and you felt that's your mama. So when you feel that, that's your mama checking on you. That's
I knew
your
it.
mama there. So that's how she chose to manifest to you, for you to feel her presence and her to express her love, which is what I ask for. That's her. So all those times your mama's been around and you're like, she didn't love me. No, she did. She just couldn't say it. She wasn't capable of the words.
Yeah.
Sometimes
It
words
would
hurt.
make me so angry because I would always tell her, hey mom, I love you, and she'd go, whatever, bitch. Like she was always just a smart ass, and it would make me so mad. And I just remember like her just being such an ass to me. But it's weird because she was like funny and mean about it at the same time, and it always, threw me off and confused me. Because I know my mom's a great person. The way I describe her, that she knew how to be, and that's my way of um, saying how I feel about her in a positive aspect.
That sounds like a woman with a lot of walls.
Okay, here's the situation. When you get hurt so much and you experience so much pain like your mom very clearly did, associates like love with pain. And so, for a lot of people that have experienced that, they can't vocalize it because in their mind, love is pain. That's all they know to associate it with. And so,
Mm.
why, if she truly, genuinely cared about you, would she be wishing you pain? It's a fucked up thing. I wish people could see people's brains the way I see them. Well,
Yeah, me too.
it's exhausting, but that's the whole thing. Your mama absolutely freaking adored you. She didn't. She wouldn't have tried to put you in a safe place. She wouldn't have got you back. She wouldn't come and be touching your shoulder and be like, "Hey, what's up, bitch?" Yeah, you're good. Whew. Physical, you're very welcome. Glad you came in. Now,
Yeah, thank
I
you. I
have
needed
not.
this.
Well,
Come
good.
back
Yeah,
and visit with us more.
follow me if you hadn't already. I'm on be surrogate mom.
All
You don't mind
right, good.
listening.
For like mother figures.